In today's video, I'm going to give you a full beginner's tutorial on how to use QuickBooks. Now, this is going to outline basically everything you need to know as a beginner who wants to use QuickBooks. So every feature is going to be included in this video. The first thing I want to do is go on to Google or something like that and type in QuickBooks, and it's going to take you to a website that looks like this. The domain will be quickbooks.intuit.com. And this is basically the whole sort of place that you're going to be going to use QuickBooks. So the first thing I want to show you is the pricing plans. Now, QuickBooks is obviously a online accounting software, which is really useful if you're a small business who wants to, get your accounts, sorted. You want to keep on top of your expenses. There's a ton of different features that this software actually has to offer. So first of all, let's go to the plans and pricing. So the first plan is for people who are self-employed. For sole traders not registered for VAT who need to prepare self-assessment. So generally this is if you are making under 85k a year. It's £1 a month for the first 6 months, and then it's £10 a month after that. Now these prices are exclusive of VAT, so it will be £1 plus 20% VAT. So you can choose this plan if you would like to. So this basically gives you the features to prepare a self-assessment, income tax estimates, separate personal and business transactions, manage income and expenses, send invoices, free onboarding session, and free chat messaging support. Now you can't make digital tax ready, and you can't manage payroll. The next plan up is the Simple Start. Now this is for directors only or small businesses who need help managing VAT and income tax. This is only 40p more per month plus VAT, and it allows you to make digital tax ready, submit VAT directly to HMRC, VAT error check, prepare for self-assessment, income tax estimates, manage income and expenses, send invoices that can be paid in one click, forecast cash flow, free onboarding session, get free phone and chat support. And they additionally have a payroll option for 40p added on. Now the next one we have is Essentials. This is for small businesses working with suppliers. This is if you want to manage VAT, income, and up to 3 users. Now it pretty much has all of these features. It just allows you to track employees, accept different currencies, have a few extra users, that kind of thing. Now for the Plus one, this is £3.40 per month. And this helps you manage projects, stock, VAT, income tax, and it allows you to have up to 5 users. So this is where you're getting a bit more serious if you're a bit of a bigger company and deal with a lot more things. And then lastly, we have the Advanced plan. This is for, not huge companies, but companies that aren't absolutely tiny like these ones here. So, this is for businesses needing automatic data backup, custom permissions, bespoke reporting, and insights. So you basically have all of these features plus a few additional ones, see profitability, automate workflows, have 25 users. And again, you can add payroll for 40p extra. Now they give you a free trial for every single one of these. So if you're not planning on using this for a long period of time, you might want to just go for one of the bigger plans and just cancel your trial. So I would have a look here yourself and just figure out which plan is the best for yourself. For me, I'm going to click on the Essentials plan and I'm going to click Choose Plan. Next, it's going to ask, do you want payroll? So if you want to pay your employees with payroll, then you might want to pick one of these. So I'm just going to click Add Payroll if I wanted one of those. But I don't want that, so I'm going to press No thanks, I don't need payroll. And now it's going to ask you to sign up. So you want to sign up to an account here. You can basically enter your email and a password, and then it's going to sign you up for this offer here. Okay, so now that we have set up our account, we're now inside, and we can actually, on the right here, there's a little slider here, depending on how you're feeling on the process. So what we can do now is follow their instructions, so we can press Next. So what is the name of your business? We'll just put in a business, so I'll put Test YT. And press Next. So how long has Test YT been in business? I'll say under a year. What is your industry? So I will say the top one, but you can pick any of your industries here. If it doesn't fit into one of these categories, then you can just click Other. Click Next. What type of business have you got? So limited company, sole trader, partnership, LLP, charity, or I'm not sure. So I'm going to put sole trader, but actually I'm going to put limited company, but put what you are. Limited company will give you the most amount of features on QuickBooks. So what's your main role at your company? So I'm going to say I'm the owner, but you can put wherever you are at this company. Who works at this business? Is it a business of one? Do you have employees, contractors, other partners or owner, or you don't plan on anyone? So I'm going to say employees. How many employees work there? 2 to 5, let's say. And we're now going in here. So do we want payroll? I don't want payroll, but you might want payroll. So if you do, then you can add this to your account. So next, it's going to ask, what data do you use, or what apps do you use for your business? So you can connect this and import the data. So if you use PayPal, Shopify, MailChimp, you can add those. Now they do have a big list of options down here, so you can add these. But these are going to be sort of custom integrations more than these ones. But I'm going to delete that option, and I'm going to press skip for now. Okay, so what do we want to use QuickBooks for? Now, you've got to pick this for yourself, but maybe you want to organize expenses, pay employees, track hours, send invoices. Pick whichever ones you want or what's relevant for you. Click next. So what should we do first? I'm going to put track receipts and expenses. Next. Now, the next step it's going to ask for here is to link your bank accounts. So you're just going to link your bank accounts, and it'll basically put all of your money, all of your expenses in one place, so you can, sort them. I'm going to skip for now, but you should definitely do this. It will save you a lot of time, make it very easy for you. So how do you track your receipts? Pick your option here. I'm going to press skip. And again, you can have this app on your phone, but I don't think, well, we don't need it for the tutorial, so we won't have that. So how much have you used it in the past? I'm just going to put almost none, but you can put however good you are. Would you like an onboarding call? I do not want one, but you might want one. So now it's going to personalize your QuickBooks based upon all the data that you've actually given them. So we're going to press let's go. And boom, we are inside of QuickBooks. So it's going to give us a bit of a tour. So this is the get things done section. And essentially the get things done section is like the most, the things that you need to do straight away and things you need to get done often. So here we've added basic info. So organize expenses. So start tracking your expenses to stay organized. So you can link your business accounts, and then you can categorize expenses. So let me show you what the categorized expenses is actually here. So if we go to expenses, when you actually link in your bank account, it's going to give you all of your expenses in a big sheet. So it'll be like a big list of all your expenses, and it will also have all of the incoming money that you've had into your account. So what you can actually do up here, this is for custom expenses. So I can add a payee here. So, I can put their name, their address, additional information about them. You put the payee account. So was it accruals? Was it bad debt provision? Other debtors, prepayments, uncategorized assets. Pick which one it was there. The payment date, the payment method. Did you pay cash, check, credit card, direct debit, reference number, tags, all that kind of stuff. And in here you can put the expense. So what was the category? What kind of expense was it? This will help you to categorize your expenses for, seeing how much you're spending, for any tax that you need to do. So we'll say advertising. So we'll say Facebook ads. And in here you can put the amount. So let's put 700. I think this will do it in pounds. Yes, so £700 spent on Facebook ads. We can add more lines here if we have, what we paid them for. Maybe like, maybe advertising again, and we can put management. And let's say we paid £300 for the management of our ads, so we're at £1,000 there. We can add memo here. So this is like a little voice, not a voice note. This is like a little note. So you can say marketing for our new product range. Put it in there like that. You can even attach documents in there if you would like to. Then you can press save and done. And that's going to add to your expense list here. Now you can actually delete this, void this, copy it, print it. Now you can add in your bills here. So if you have any bills, you can add those in. So create bill. And you can basically put that in, what's the bill for, the address, the cost, all of that kind of stuff. And you can even in here create a recurring bill. That's pretty useful. Next we have suppliers. So, you can import your suppliers, see how much you've paid them. And this will just help you measure your costs easily. And then mileage here this is pretty useful. And they actually have this on the app. This is for the deductions you get for your mileage on your petrol cost. So you can add a trip in here and it will basically calculate for you how much money you can claim back from that trip. That's pretty useful. So that's basically the expenses bit. There's a lot more detail that you can go into for here, but it's pretty useful. Next we can go into the sales section. And the sales section here allows us to look at all the money that we're actually bringing in. So here, this is the setup that they recommend. First of all, set up online card payments. So you can press start. Start accepting direct debits. Get paid anywhere with a card reader. Send an invoice to your customer that they can pay online. So this is what they would recommend starting up with. So it's pretty easy to do. I'm not going to go through it because it's quite self-explanatory. So now they actually have some shortcuts here. So if you need to invoice someone, you can click this here and go to new invoice. And it's very similar to what we've just looked at with the expenses, very similar. But what we can do here is we can go add a customer, add the customer's email. We can have payment options. So what options do we accept? We have the billing address, the term, so when they need to pay it, invoice date, due date, tags. And then we can have the products and services. So we could say, was it hourly? Was it services? So we could say PC repair, quantity 1, the rate, let's say it was £100, and it's going to add that as an invoice. So what you can actually do is you can actually save and send this, and this is going to send them an invoice. Once you've connected all of these details up, like your PayPal, your payment systems, and your direct debits, you can send this to them, and they can pay this directly through here, which is really cool. Now at the bottom, there actually is something that says make recurring. So you can basically schedule this to charge them every 30 days, for example, which is pretty good. This is a great way to keep your stuff managed really well. Now I'm going to close this. And that will be in your invoice section here. Now over here, this is basically the same section, but this will list out all of the sales that you've actually had. So it's a good way of tracking it. And you can integrate this with your CRMs and all that kind of stuff. Over here we have your customers. You can actually import your customers here. It's really good to keep on track of who owes you money, see who your best customers are, see their info. That's really good data that you might want to use. Over here you have your products and services. So you can actually add products and services. So you have the same ones over and over again. So let's say you're a PC repair company and you offer one service over and over again. You might want to add it in here so that you can just bill people for this every single time rather than having to create a unique invoice for each different sale. This will save you some time. Now over here, I think we've looked at this briefly, but bank transactions here, once you upload all of your bank transactions here or you connect your account, this is going to allow you to categorize them. So you can categorize things into expenses based on advertising, subscriptions, rent, all that kind of stuff so that you can see, where your money's going, what money's coming in, what you're spending on. This will allow you to accurately track your profits really. So customers and leads, you can click on here, and this is basically it's sort of like a CRM. It's not the most in-depth one ever, but it's still a good one if you just need to put it in here just to keep track of some things. Now, another section we haven't really looked at is the payroll section. This will allow you to pay people. You can manage pensions and all that kind of stuff. And you can make real-time submissions directly to HMRC. So that's really, really useful. Over here, they have the tax section here. And this will allow you to actually set up your VAT. So you can add your number. You can confirm you need MTD for VAT in QuickBooks. And you can authorize QuickBooks to interact with HMRC. So that allows you to actually pay your VAT in QuickBooks. You can even add an accountant in here. So you add their email, and it's really easy to invite them and really useful. Now on this section here, there's actually an app section, and you can press find apps here, and there's a ton of different apps here which allow you to do different things. So whether you need forecasting, or you need data importing, or you need to manage people's time, you know, whatever it is that you need, they have a lot of apps in here. So I'd recommend having a look at these. They have a ton of different sections, but you can go to the see more apps section here, and you can figure out what's good for you. Now, this is really, you know, based on your business, but for our business, obviously this is an example, we don't need any of these, but really take a look through here, have a good dive into it, because a lot of these might be relevant for your business and you don't want to miss out on any good data. Now, one more thing that I think we need to go into detail about a little bit is the report section. So if we go here to reports, there is a ton of reports we can actually take a look into. So they already have like the most popular reports up here in favorites. So that would be accounts receivable, aging summary, balance sheet, and the profit and loss. So, you know, let's say we want a balance sheet. We can go in here and we can actually change the period. So we can change it to this year, year to date, yesterday, recent, last week, last month, all of that kind of stuff. We can change the date range manually if we'd like to. And we can change the column display. We can change it to different rows, so non-zero, all. And we can change the period here as well based on this. Now there's different accounting methods, so you can have cash or accrual. And you can run the report here. Now also you can press customize here, which, you know, gives you a couple more you know, filters that you can select if you would like to do that. So you can click run report. It's going to run your report like this, and it's going to give you all of the different, you know, the different data points. So here we have the net current assets, the total assets less current liabilities, total net assets, liabilities are minus 1,000 here. This is our total in our capital and reserves. Now this is obviously a made up number. Minus £1,000 is there because we have put that into the system, but we haven't actually added any money into here, sort of thing. So that's one of the reports you can do. Now if I go back into the reports again, we can have a profit and loss, which is, you know, just as customizable, and you can see that our net income is minus 1,000 because of that thing we put in here. Now if we actually click onto here, it will actually give us details about the expense, so we can see that we had this expense on this date. You know, it goes back to this invoice that we created, the fake one here. It gives us the total advertising, and this is what I was saying about the categorizing. So you can see in our expenses, it has advertising, but if you had other expenses, say bills, subscriptions, stuff like that, it would actually add that in here like that. And you can change the accounting method here. Now, if I go back again and again, it has a ton of different reports here that can be created, you know, and they're really customizable. So there's a ton here for whatever you need. They even have payroll, and you can just customize these for whatever you need, you know. So really have a look through there. This will save you a lot of time. You can also create custom reports, but that is obviously going to be a bit, you know, it's going to be a bit of a difficult task that we can cover in another video. But that is basically how you go about using QuickBooks. That was a simple tutorial for you. It went through all the basic things, all of the basic features that you're going to need to use. Now, if you do have any questions about anything that we did cover today, then please let us know down below and we will try our best to answer those. If you have any other topics you would like us to make a video about, then we will go ahead and do that for you. And lastly, if you found this video useful, then please be sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below this video as helpful, so that other people who click on this video can see that it's helpful, then they can watch it and get the same knowledge that you had. So yeah, that's how you use it. Basically go to quickbooks.com and you can follow along with this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.